Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Spidey here, and today we're gonna check out and go over.
One thing even my detractors have to say about J. Jonah Jameson. I admit when I'm wrong. And while I hoped his efforts in the recent crisis meant Spider-Man was finally becoming a responsible citizen, a mature adult, I am here to confess I was wrong. I wanted to believe. I hoped it was true. But even a stop clock is right twice a day. And I guess curing the plague was Spider-Man's stop clock moment.
Okay, now that James is out the way. Hey guys, welcome back today, and we're gonna go over and review and rank
1034, reported assault in progress. Please proceed to Madison.
all of Spider-Man's suits from worst to best in Marvel Spider-Man Remastered for the PlayStation 5. So let's get into it. So first suit obviously is going to be the advanced suit. We're not going to go in order of the story. We're just going to go in the order in which the suits are presented. And after I rank them, after I review them, I'm going to go over what they look like, how I like them, how they fare as for Spider-Man, which their origin and whatnot. And so let's get into it. So obviously, when this suit first came out, I wasn't really a big fan of this suit per se. I didn't like how the gloves on the patterning of the suit were white, uh, and the spider logo, which was normally always black, which I'll get into in a second, was always black, but now it's turned to white as well as the spider in the back. But over time, this suit has grown on me, and I like how it's like a redesign for Spidey. It's gotten it, it became so like popular. It got its own like toy line, Funko Pop, whatever, and even been featured in some comic fronts. So I guess this suit is pretty nice. It's pretty nice. I likes it. I likes it. If you had to give me if you asked me out of the two Spider-Man that we have in the Marvel Gameverse, which Spider-Man I prefer, although I do like Miles' combat and I do like his abilities, I'm gonna have to go with Peter on this one, being that he's the original Spider-Man. But I do like Miles though. I do like them, but I prefer Spider Peter over Miles, even though I would love to play as both of them. They're Spider-Man is Spider-Man to me, but I'd have to say I like Peter scripts more. But in terms of combat, I'd say Miles. But moving on to the next suit is the battle damage suit. Now, I did allude to in the Miles Morales PS4 suits review that this suit is what is, if you look at it, it's literally what Peter gives to Miles, but on a smaller scale, and you can see that I was right in that regard. However, this is not the suit that he gave him because this is tattered up and beaten down and broken, and why would he give that to Miles? So yeah, I do like this redesign of the battle damage suit versus the three chest-haired, dustier looking version in the PS4 version of the battle damage suit, and yeah, I do like it. So yeah, um, yeah. Next up we got is the classic suit repaired. This is what you use in the beginning of this game, and technically the second suit you get in the game is this suit, but this suit is just as good. I might continue it over here in this arena because I do like it better, and it does highlight and show off the suits more in better detail than it does on, except for some suits like this one, for example. Like it just looks amazing on the outside. The next suit, of course, is the Spider-Man Noir Suit, and this is just beautiful. And also, like I pointed out, some iterations of this review thing, that sometime if you look carefully, the spider logo on this suit is in the belt and it's not on anywhere else on the suit but the belt. So if you're looking for the spider suit, if the spider logo, it's right there. And the next suit we have is the Scarlet Spider Suit. And I feel like Insomniac really took inspiration from how they designed the Scarlet Spider, the first Scarlet Spider Suit, not Kane's Spider Suit, but Ben Riley's Scarlet Spider Suit, with and how they designed and what they used to come up with the track suit for Miles Morales. As you can see with the feet here, um, the this is one of the suits in the game that does not have a visor mod. I mean, what I mean by visor mod, I mean here's what I mean. If we go to like the advanced suit, right, and I were to go to selfie mode, right? Like, can I not? Did they remove that? Because I know oh, it's because of this the suit that I'm currently wearing. Let's go in here real quick, and I'm gonna show you what I mean. As you can see here, right? If I were to go here, Peter's eyes change on this suit depending on his emotions. So if he's squinting, this is what you'll see. If he's angry, this is what you'll see. If his eyes are shifting, like if he's confused or whatnot, this is what you'll see. Surprised is when his eyes go like the biggest, and then this is just default. However, there are some suits like as you can see here. Let's go back into selfie mode real quick. This also has the same thing, being that it has the same mask, well, similar mask. As we can see here, because it's different, I guess. Let me see. Yeah, yeah. The mask is different. It's a little different. But this is the next suit, and so we have Noir. Now, when I go to Noir, you can still do it, but you won't be able to see it. Hold up, let me show you. As you can see, because he has. And now, if we go to here, the Scarlet Spider suit. As you can see, nothing happens because this suit has no visor mod at all. And yeah, so some suits don't have movable eye lenses like this suit and the Noir suit. But overall, I like the hoodie. I like how they redesigned, like the level of attention to detail on the mask and the suit itself is just amazing. Sorry, I'm back, guys. And the next suit, I just really love the attention to detail, and they really did Ben Riley's suit really good justice in this game. The next suit we're gonna go over is the Spider Armor Mk2, and like I said in the beginning of this review, this is in no particular chronological order. It is in the order in which the suits are presented in. So, for the Spider Armor fans, there aren't. It's not gonna be from the Armor Mark One all the way to Mark Four. It's just going to be in order in which the suits are unlocked and presented. If you look carefully, I never noticed this before, but there is a webbing pattern on the gloves of the suit. So that's a pretty nice little touch that I didn't really see and or notice when I played it on the PS4 version of the game. And that is pretty nice, as you can see. Like, I think throughout this entire suit, that is the only sort of webbing that is presented on the suit entirely. And then you have the golden spider on the back, all the way down around the suit. And of course, you have the golden spider on the front and in the back, surrounding the entire suit. And it goes up to the cowl and the mask slash helmet, in which Peter Parker used to, protect himself when he lost his spider sense and got shot in the back. So I kind of I do like it. However, it's just too much for me, and I was never really a fan of this suit particularly. But I see why it's included. The next one, it's one that actually has grown on me as well, and it is the Secret War Spider-Man suit. Now, if you play close attention, the overall premise of this suit is exactly the same as the classic suit. However, what's notably different around this suit versus the classic suit is that the classic trademark design from the torso is no longer present, and there's like stitching designs all around it. And the color scheme of Spidey is inverted, being that Spidey's normal color scheme is red, black, and blue, versus now it's black, red, and blue, and reverse. Where the black is for the spider logo, it is now blue. The webbing pattern that was originally black is now red, and the rest of the stitching of the suit is now black, where the red would actually normally be. And unlike the classic suit, the spider on the back of the suit is really enlarged, and it covers over the it even bleeds into the front of the suit. As you can see, the front two arms of the spider overlap on the shoulders of Spidey, whereas the second pair of legs overarch throughout underneath his chest, the others around his waist, and the last pair of legs around his what like pelvis area and down his legs. And I kind of like the suit now. I was playing around with it, uh, and I was using it and doing a playthrough once, and I was like, you know what, this suit actually is kind of fire. I didn't like how it looked in PS4 version, and that's probably why I disliked it. I also disliked it for a little bit in the when it was debuted and I saw it for the first time in the Spider-Man Unlimited mobile running game, which no longer is supported. Rest in peace. But yeah, that's the first time I actually officially saw this suit in particular. But the remaster just really does some justice to some suits that I otherwise would have never actually wore ever. So there's that. Now the next suit is of course one of my new favorites now, and it's a modernized version of the classic suit and from the MCU, and it's known as the Stark suit, or as other like the fans of the MCU like to refer to the suit as the Homecoming suit. Um, this suit is a really, really good take on the classic Spider-Man design, as we can see here, right here, as we can see the classic Spider-Man design. However, it modernized it, and tweaked it a little bit. So it's a it's the best of both worlds. It despite the smaller spider is drawn I think draws its most inspiration from the original suit where the spider was super small on his chest and the spider on the back was a little like the exact size as here. However, unlike that suit, you have wrist guards around where web shooters are. You have utility belts and black patterning underneath the arms, around the arms, and around his wrists, and upper arms and biceps, and then underneath his triceps, you have the black patterning as well. You have the modernized touch for the spider logo on the back, a lot of stitching and patterning where the technology would be that is throughout the suit, and a very, very light black webbing patterning around the suit, as well as just a bright red suit color to, and then the overall like enlarged spiderweb logo in the middle of of the mask, and the smaller eye visors on the suit itself, as well as the boots. And this suit actually is pretty clean. I like how what the MCU did with this suit to bring a much younger, much more green, a much more new to the superheroes aspect teen Peter Parker in the MCU versus having a more experienced, more grizzled, more veteran Peter Parker that we get in the Gamerverse versus the MCU. So kudos to them and kudos to Insomniac Games for faithfully recreating the suit from the MCU, and it just looks amazing in this game. Even better on the PS5 version, which is what we're seeing now, versus the PS4 version. The next suit is the negative suit, and now don't get me wrong, this is probably one of the only suits that I think really changes from. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this suit I think is the one that changes the most from its original version in the PS4 title versus the PS5 remaster. Keep Let me explain. Where you see where the logos for the Spider's logo on the back and front of the suit were actually white, um, glowing bluish white, and the visors and the inside of the island lenses were also white as well. So it just looked like a black and white version of the suit. Also, the arm guards right here, um, were also white. But keep in mind, the negative suit is a negatively charged version of the advanced suit, which is this one. As you can see, it's the same suit, but this is the normal color scheme, and the negative version is the same suit, just with negative charged energy from Mr. Negative. And I do like how this is also a game exclusive suit, so this suit I don't think actually appeared in any comics or any other media besides this game. So this is a game exclusive suit, just like the advanced suit is, and it's really nice. I like how Insomniac did when it comes to creating their own classic takes on suits, or just their own designs for suits that they think or may fit in Spider-Man story. So I kind of like this as well. The next one is the Insulated Suit, and this has appeared in many games. Um, uh, throughout Spider-Man's tenure as a superhero. I do like how they have the metal plates inside of the suit, signifying that this is electrically insulated, as you can see around the suit. This is also a suit in particular that doesn't really. This is the second suit, actually the third suit that doesn't really particularly have any webbing design on the suit. The other suits that don't particularly showcase or have any webbing design throughout the suit are the S- Spider Armor Mk2, the Scarlet Spider, and the Noir Suit. Those are the only other suits in the game besides this suit that don't feature webbing. Technically, I'm kind of wrong with the MK Armor 2, Armor MK2, which does actually technically feature webbing on the gloves of the suit, so that doesn't count. But other than that, the other suits do not feature webbing at all, besides as well as this one. But this is a really unique. version, much more like padded, a much more Iron Man looking like kind of suit version of the insulated suit. So I kind of like it, but they did kind of stick to the original design of the suit while adding their modern and insomniac flair to the suit. So I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Next suit is the Spider-Punk suit, and this is a Spider-Verse suit as well. Not to confuse it with the Into the Spider-Verse movie, but the Spider-Verse in the comics, where there are multiple universes where multiple Spider-Man exist, not just Peter Parker. Um, and I like the denim jacket. I like the attention to detail. I do like how Insomniac really outdid themselves in the PS5 remaster, making everything pop, making everything look realistic, as they intended this game to be a much more realistic version of Spider-Man, and they pulled it off really well with the Spider Converses. This isn't the only time and the only game where we're gonna see Spider or Spidey inspired sneakers. We're gonna see some in the next review I'm gonna do, which is for Miles Morales. But overall, this is pretty dope. They did do the Converses without making it have the Converses logo, so you can tell these are Converses without being Converses, just to avoid copyright. And we can see the Empire State Building. No, this is the Empire State. You can see the Chrysler Building in the background from where I am. Let's see if we can see the Oscorp Tower. It's right there. And I don't think I think I'm way too far away. That's the World Trade Center. I think I'm way too far away from the Avengers Tower, which is also in the game. So keep that in mind as well. The next suit is the Wrestler suit, which is Spidey's technically first suit, and is another suit that also does not feature a webbing pattern in this suit at all. But this is when he took up the wrestling gig to make some money after shortly earning his powers, uh, and he started using web shooters to replace excess web fluid. And this is when they redesigned Peter Parker's ability to shoot webs, and they retconned it. So basically, before they decided to make Peter have make much more sense, they decided to have Peter shoot webs from his wrists without web shooters, and then they decided, hey, that doesn't make any sense. Let's just make it so that he has web shooters and can shoot webs from web shooters and still keep his spider like powers. So that's what happened here. And yeah, so I kind of like it. I like the cardigan sweater with the paintbrushed spider logo on the front, and the larger, much more rounder spider logo airbrushed and painted on the back of the sweater. He's wearing joggers and regular shoes, and you can clearly see his Mark One web shooters on both of his wrists. And I like them. They like the luchador esque kind of spider looking masked wrestler mask that he used in the suit. So I kind of like it, yeah. Next up is a comic book inspired suit, and it's the Fear Itself suit, and you can clearly see that Insomniac Games really took their time, really put in energy and focused on how they wanted and designed and how they wanted their suits to appear and look in the game, and it paid off. I mean, it's a really solid story with really aesthetic suits, and this also glows in the nighttime. With you can see like in Spidey's visors, you can see the outline of the city. It is reflective. I am on performance RT with ray tracing. It's performance ray tracing if you didn't know. So yeah. The next suit is, of course, the big time suit. This is another suit that does. This suit actually, this suit does not have moving eyelids. I think this suit does. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let's do the selfie mode. And yes, this suit actually does have moving eyelids. So yeah, I mean, let's see this one. This one doesn't. I know that. Fear itself does as well. I think. Yeah, it does. This one does not, however. And it's also another suit that does not appear or have any spidey or no webbing pattern around the suit as well. This suit is made for stealth, as you can tell in the title of of the suit. And I mean, I really don't get how this is made for stealth when the eyes glow bright green at nighttime, and the spider also glows bright green. So I mean, like, if you're trying to be stealthy and somebody sees this exact patterning without seeing the rest of the suit, they're gonna be like, "Hey, Spider-Man's here." So I mean, next one is the Ends of the Earth, or the Spider-Man Armor Mk2, and it's just a beautiful suit. Uh, I I just like how the spider looks like this, and it's just beautiful, you know. Next up is the 2099 black suit, or just the 2099 suit. It's not actually black; it's just called the black suit because it's a dark blue. And they had the white suit is the Cyber 2099 suit. So yeah, I like how they decided to make it look much more fabric based and more metallic looking, rather than just having like a just design where it doesn't look fabric like at all. Like I said, they were going for a much more realistic approach with this game, so of course they're gonna make their suits look a lot more realistic versus having them look like a straight up spandex. Like, but even then, if you zoom in, you can tell it's fabric. But you know, from a far distance, you wouldn't be able to tell. Next up is the MCU version of the Iron Spider suit. And I kind of also didn't like the suit at first because it just looks like Iron Man but spider style, and I didn't it took me a while to grow on this suit just because of the gold in it. But overall it's a pretty nice suit. I honestly thought that this was too much, being that I prefer the other spider armor suit, which we will get into in this game as well. And yeah, I just prefer that suit over this one. This is a game exclusive suit as well. I kind of don't like the light blue, to be honest. It could have been white, or yeah, it could have been white, and that would have been way better in my opinion. But overall, it's not a pretty bad suit. And this is the all new, all different Spider-Man, and it just looks amazing. And yeah, I mean, this suit's like amazing.